नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पवनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलिए.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare
Oh,
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar Radhe.
Jaya Radha Damodar, Radha Damodar Radhe.
Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada, Shila Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Premanandi Prabhupada ki.
Quick introduction.
Hare Krishna. Brief.
Yeah.
Brief is okay.
Hare Krishna devotees. We are very fortunate to have his association of an exalted Vaishnava, His Grace Vrindavan Prabhu. Prabhu is an amazing speaker, and we witnessed that in Bhagavad Gita class yesterday. Today he will be speaking about Sant Tukarama, one of the most prominent saints from the holy land of Maharashtra. Sant Tukarama performed his pastimes between AD 1608 and AD 1649. Prabhu also wrote book on him. We are very fortunate to listen directly from original author. With that, we will welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mataji, Prabhu, move forward. Only 2 columns.
It's okay. Do you have some other kartal? It's not. No, this is not fitting in my hand. If I fold it, it just. Yeah. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की श्री श्री ब्रह्म मध्व गौड़ीय गुरु शिष्य परंपरा की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की Itai Gaura Premanandi, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So thank you all very much. Today I am asked to speak about Sant Tukarama. I can talk about Sant Tukarama for days and hours, but we have only limited time. So I'd like to just take some brief look into his life,
just in the beginning. So, one thing about Tukaram is he has written his life in his own abhangas, like poems. So, there is no need of much of a speculation. And also some of his stories are documented in the historical gazettes. So, most of my book is from, that's okay. Please sit here. No, that's okay. I can do once in a while like this, so don't worry. Please sit here. No, that's okay. That's okay. They are doing their job. So, in early 16th century, Tukaram was born, and he gives the reason of his own appearance. That is the difference between ordinary living entity and acharyas. And Tukaram is accepted by Srila Prabhupada as Gaudiya Vaishnava. So that is the reason I talk. As you mentioned, there are many saints in Maharashtra, but Tukaram is accepted as by all Srila Prabhupada, then Bhaktivedanta Saraswati and Bhaktivinoda Thakur as a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also Tukaram Maharaj mentions that in one of his Abhanga, Raghav Chaitanya, Keshav Chaitanya, Sangita Lekhon Male Kechi, Ramakrishna Hari Mantra Dila. And then he says Swapnamaji, it's in the dream, not in personal like what we take initiation in front. So there is a difference of 78 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, Tukaram Maharaj has appeared. So still, by his teachings and by his behavior and by his preaching, we can understand how he is a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, when he appeared, he was born in the 7th generation from Vishwambar. I think I told the story in brief last time when I was here. How the Dehu, if you have seen Dehu, there is a beautiful temple of Vitthal Rukmini. How those Vitthal Rukmini appeared in Dehu. And they are non-different than Vitthal Rukmini from Pandharpur. So, they appeared for Tukaram's ancestor, Vishwambar. And when Vishwambar was leaving this world, he was concerned, who is going to take care of my Vitthal Rukmini, my Lord. As long as I was here, I took care of them. And now who is going to take care? So he was lamenting. So Vitthal told him that do not worry. I will make sure that the people in your generation will take care of me. Not only that, from today, 7th generation, one great saint, the great devotee, great Vaishnava will be born, and he'll spread my holy name all over the world through his poems and his behavior. And that in 7th generation, Tukaram Maharaj was born. So, he writes himself what is the purpose of his appearance. He says, Ami Vaikuntavasi alo yachi karanasi, bolile je rushi sats bhave vartavya. It's all in Marathi, so I can translate. Ami Vaikuntavasi. He said, I am from Vaikunta. Now, this is the most important aspect we have to understand how he went back to Vaikunta. Because he knew he came from Vaikunta. Right? He didn't come like us, pushed by karma and pushed by time. No, Ami Vaikuntavasi, alo yachi karanasi. Why I have come here? Bolile je Rushi. Whatever is said by Vyasadeva, Rushi here is Vyasa. Sats bhave vartavya. That I have come here, Satsa Bhave means it's experience and then preach. You cannot preach without experience. So I have come here, Satsa Bhave. I have experienced what Vyasadeva has told in Srimad, especially Gita and Bhagavad, and I have applied to my life, and now I have come to preach that. Satsa Bhave Vartavya. So another Abhanga, this is the longer Abhanga, but I'll just mention a little bit. In another Abhanga, he speaks, Dharmache Rakshana Karane Pakhanda Khandana. I have appeared to protect the religious principles and pakhanda. Whatever is against the religious principles, I have come to destroy them. Bijavada bhave nama karanayamma hechikama. And how I will do that? By spreading the seed of holy name in each one's heart. So he explains that he has come here to give the seed of holy name in each one's heart. And not holy name is Krishna's name, especially when you talk about Tukaram. So he has come here to give the name of Krishna. So when he appeared, his parents were devotees and they raised him in Krishna consciousness. And they were a big businessman at the same time, saukar, money lenders. So it is said that their income in 16th century was 100,000 crores dollars, not rupees. At that time, can you imagine? And if someone has visited Dehu, so whatever birthplace now and whatever the temple now, it's all was a house, one house, belonged to their family, More family. And they were such a big businessman because they were lending money. At the same time, they were also had a grocery store. But in spite of having such a exploiting business, they never exploited anybody. You know, they will take minimum profit, and whatever profit they will make, they will all spend in taking care of Vitthal Rukmini and feeding the Brahmanas and taking care of the saints and sages who came to Dehu. And every day there will be festival in Vitthal Rukmini temple. In the evening there will be thousands of devotees coming for pravachans and all. So they all arrange for prasadam with their own expenses. This is how they spend their money. They had money, so they will spend lavishly on Vithala, celebrating every Ekadashi is a big festival even today in Dehu. So many people stand even line for 4 hours to take darshan even on Ekadashi. So this is a tradition from Tukaram's time. So he was, he had two other brothers. His older brother was Savji and his younger brother was Kanuba. And he was the middle one, Tukaram. So his father had 3 sons, Savji, Tukaram and Kanuba. So when his father, Bolluba, he became old, he told Savji that from now you take care of the business. And Savji, from his childhood, he was a renunciate. He was not interested in any business or any money matters or anything. He said, I am just living in home because it is not good to leave home when parents are there. You have to serve them. And as long as you are there, I am living in home, and when you are gone, I am also leaving this world. So I don't want to get entangled in business or anything. So his father was very happy. He was very happy, you know. Just imagine if you make your son MBA and tell him not to do business, and then he says, I am joining Hare Krishna, you know. How the parents will feel. But he didn't feel anything. He said, you are very fortunate. He said, if someone develops vairagya in his heart, that's a sign of good fortune. It's not something weird, you know. In America, they take it to some mental hospital. He's showing some renunciation, correct? So what happened? You don't have a girlfriend, boyfriend? What happened to you, you know? So, but according to Vedic culture, it's a sign of renunciation, is a sign, you know, it's a very good sign that he has a seed of becoming a devotee of Krishna and becoming a preacher. So he encouraged him, okay, if you don't want. Then he said, the next one was Tukaram. He was only 16 years old at that time. So he called Tukaram. Now Tukaram accepted all the responsibilities, correct? He accepted all the responsibilities and he started helping father in his business. And father slowly retired. And then he left this world. His father left this world. And then after 6 months, his mother also left this world. And after both are gone, Savji left home and he went on pilgrimage, never came back. He went to Kashi, Mathura, and he just stayed there and left this world. From there only, he never came back. And then his wife, because at that time everyone used to get married very early age. So he was also married. So when Savji left, his wife also died in separation. Then Tukaram got married, but his wife got sick and she also died. And one of his son also died. He got married second time and he had 2 sons from that wife. So this is all happening in like 4 years, all these things. So now this is his family situation. Now what's happening surrounding him? There was a drought for the first year. So there is no rain and there was no grain. So if there is no grain, people are not going to return your money. Correct? They are not going to return your money because they all take money, especially farmers. They take money for their farming and everything. So if there is no rain, they didn't return the money. So Tukaram didn't say anything. Again he gave from whatever money he had, he gave money to the people. Second year also there was drought. So again, 2 years consecutively there is no money returned. So whatever he has left, he gave it to everybody. You know, only left was his home. Everything else he gave it away. So third year, he didn't have even money. So he gave it away everything. Now, fourth year also there was a drought. He lost his home also in that because he didn't have. In fact, he came on the road in one sense. He didn't have anything even to eat. Especially the whole city, whole town was at that time because 4 years there is no rain. Just imagine, there is no food to eat. All the buffaloes and cows and bulls, they were all dying, short of grass, and people were dying. His wife himself died from, starving. So all these things were appearing, but his intense devotion was increasing. And he was seeing everything as a arrangement of Krishna. And he is saying what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita right in front of his house, in eyes, coming true. Dukkhalayama shashvatam. Just in 3 years, he lost everything, just imagine. Now this is a very nice abhanga to show how renounced he was. Now we cannot imitate, we just appreciate. Okay, you cannot even say whatever he has said. Now what is he saying? Bare zhale deva nigale diwale. He is saying that it is good that I lost my business. Can any businessman say like that? Nobody will say. Bare zhale deva nigale diwale. He said, Bare zhale deva baile meli. It is good that my wife died. Deve maya sodavili. I was saved from maya. Then he said, Bare zhale deva por mele. It's good that my son also died. Maya virahit kele. Krishna saved me from maya. So in this way, he is thanking Krishna for, and then his second wife didn't appreciate his devotion. She was always quarreling with him because all the time he will go and chant Hare Krishna in the temple, Vitthal, and he will be always serving the devotees. He never paid any attention in home. So second wife was not appreciating his devotional service. So she will always nagging him. So he thanked Krishna, Bare zhale deva baila karkasha. It is good that my wife is nagging, And then Durdasha janamade keli. She insults me in public. So I don't have to worry about any honor. So you have made me completely, completely renounced already. So I don't have to worry about losing anything now. I have completely lost everything. So nobody is going to bother me now. If you have money, everybody will come. If you know no respect, no money, your family is not good, who is going to come to you? Then he says, Vitho, tujhe maje rajya. Now it is only me and you. Now it is only me and you. So that is how his renunciation is. That's how he is renounced. And then another abhanga, he writes that whoever Krishna loves, he takes away everything. Yasyaham anugriyami haricche tadhanam shanai. It is said that. Okay, don't get scared. He will not do that. He does that only with pure devotees only. So don't worry about that. We are not that pure. So you don't have to ask. Some of these things, many times, only things we can learn from these great souls is we don't have to ask, but at least pray to Krishna, let me remember you, whatever happens. We don't know what is going to happen in anybody's life. We don't know. Life can change in 1 minute. Nobody expected pandemic. It came and how many all over the world people died in lakhs. So we don't know what will happen in this world. So this world is precarious. World is dangerous. So all the time our prayer is, whatever happen in my life, please don't let me forget you. That's it. Whether it's a good time or bad time. And when there is a good time, bad time is going to come. We should not be under impression that there will not be bad time. In everybody's life there is bad time. No one. You can see even big king to any pauper in the street. Everybody has bad days and good days. So we are not here for good or bad days. We are here with Krishna. With Krishna there is no good nor bad. It is above all. So that is the life of Tukaram. He is not doing anything. So what happens after he loses all these things? Now, he understood now, then he leaves everything and suddenly he disappears and goes on the hill. And he sits there in the hill meditating on Krishna. Okay, you took away everything from me, now what do you want me to do? So he sits there for 15 days. Again, that's again in his own abhangas he is writing. 15 disa maji jhala sakshatkar. After 15 days, Vithoba Bhetala, he says Krishna came and met him. You know. But what was the situation for 15 days? He says Vyagra Vinsu, means the tiger was standing in front of him, like that. And Vinsu means scorpions, they were all crawling on his body. Snakes, I'm worried about one flash, one fly, correct? I'm doing like this, just imagine. I was thinking, am I qualified to tell this story? I'm telling this story. That he sat there meditating when snakes and scorpions and big ants are crawling on his body. Tiger is standing standing in front of him, and he is in deep meditation of chanting the name of Krishna. Even when we sit for chanting Hare Krishna, one mosquito troubles us, or one fly troubles us, or something comes, we get, completely distracted. Can you imagine for 15 days if you do this meditation? He says Vithoba Bhetala. He is writing it. Now Tukarama is not speaking anything lie. Correct? We have to believe that. Correct. And he said that Vithoba Bhetala, he came and Krishna appeared in front of him on the hill. And Tukaram suddenly he saw and he got up and Krishna embraced him. At that time, his wife is searching him. Where is he gone? His brother, Kanuba, he is also searching. Where is my brother gone? Now both of them are searching. Some village people who loved him in spite of he lost everything. Because some people are good always, So they are also looking. Nobody knew where he was gone. 15 days they are searching and everything. So at this thing happening on the hill, because the hill, even today, it is very ferocious, very few people go there. Just recently, government have made road to go there. Although it was not like that. Just 4 years ago, it was not like that. So it was like a dense forest, So I stayed there when I was writing that book to experience what the situation is, There are some boys stay there. They are called Varkaris or, Madhukari. They come down only once in a week and beg in the city and go back home. Whatever they got, they eat and they study Tukarama, Bhangas and Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Now there are like 5-6 brahmacharis were there at that time. So I got to stay the opportunity there. So it's very, even today it is very fearsome. Big trees and dark and nobody's there, So at that time, 400 years ago, you can imagine what's the situation. So nobody knew where Tukaram was gone, and Kanuba was walking on the bank of a river. There is a beautiful river in Rayani. So he was walking on the side of the river, and he saw one person dancing, chanting the name of Vithala, Vithala, Panduranga, Vithala, Vithala, Panduranga. He was dancing and then he was coming. Then he said, what happened? Why you are so happy? He said, I don't know. I was coming from the hill and somebody is sitting there and chanting the name of Vithala. I heard it once and I got attracted to that, and that's why I'm chanting. So that is the pure devotee. Even if you once hear from pure devotee, you get attracted to the holy name. So he didn't even see Tukaram. He said, somebody is chanting there. So Kanuba immediately he understood. He must be my brother Tukaram. So he went up, he climbed up the hill, and when he climbed the hill, these things is happening. And he comes up, he sees Tukaram embraced by Krishna. He has written in his own Abhanga, that I saw Tukaram was embraced by Krishna. So Krishna told him, there is a reason I have sent you in this material world, to preach. Now I want you to go, stay in the house, be grihastha, and preach my glories and preach the holy name. And I will empower you to write the poems. So then he came down, and after that he started writing poems. So when he came, after he came down, Kanubha, his brother, met him, and both of them, they came down, and when he came to the Indrayani river, Tukaram took a bath and he told his brother, now go home and bring all those promissory notes. What is promissory notes? You take, I keep my a house, I keep my clothes, I keep my vessels, or keep my gold. It's written, and I have taken $10,000, $5,000, whatever that is. They're all promissory notes. So go and get all those promissory notes, So now Kanuba thought, wow, Tukaram is going to engage in business now. He's asking me to bring all the promissory notes. That means he's going to go each home and collect all the money, and he's going to start his business. So till then Tukaram was sitting there, and Kanuba brought the big bunch of all the papers and everything, gave it to Tukaram. So Tukaram took one and started tearing and throwing it in the river. He took second one, started tearing and throwing it in the river. And Kanuba said, what are you doing? I thought you are going to go and collect all this money. If you do this, we do not have any other proof. People have taken so much money from us, and nobody is going to return all the money. And if you start tearing all these things, you probably are renounced. I am not like that, Then he says, okay, you give me whatever belongs to me. You give me whatever belongs to me. So Kanuba, what to do. He's an older brother, so he cannot argue. So he took half and he gave it to him. So he just teared off everything and threw it in the river, And then he said, Kanuba asked him, why did you do that? He said, if I start remembering who has to give me, who is indebted to me, I will forget how much indebted to God. How much I am indebted to God. I will forget it. So if I remember how much people owe me, I will forget how much I owe Krishna, So therefore, you see, by birth, this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, by birth we are indebted to so many people. Devarshi bhutapta nunam pitrunam nayam runicha rajan sarvatmanaya sharanam saranyam gato mukundam parirutya kritam. So who we are indebted to as soon as we are born? Devarshi, Devas. 33 crores of demigods are there. We are immediately Runi, debtor to them. I'll just give you an example of one sun. How much we are indebted to him. Correct? Can you imagine? We get electricity which is coming from sun, and we have to pay to the government. If you don't pay, your electricity is cut. Correct? How much sun is asking? He said, don't send us a bill. So like that, 33 crores are devatas giving so many things. It is said in Bhagavatam, our body is controlled by, even our lead is controlled by the devatas. It cannot move without the sanction of devatas. So this whole body is controlled by the devatas and helped by the devatas to move. So just imagine we are all indebted to them. And what is the source of becoming free from that indebtedness? How can we become free from that? There is no way. If you pay, what's okay, you do Surya something, again next day you are taking again you are taking. So there is no way you can become free. Rishi, Deva, then Rishi. Why Rishi? Because they are the one who bring all these scriptures to us. And with their realization, they teach us how we are going to repay them, how we can repay our Guru. That is impossible. So Deva, Rishi, Apta, relatives, those relatives who helped us when we are small or when we are in needy. So all the relatives, how we can repay them. We can repay the money, but the help they made at that time, it is invaluable. Correct? We can pay whatever money, 1,000, 2,000, 1 lakh we took. We will pay the money, but the help they made, it is invaluable. Correct? So, Devarshi Bhuta. Bhuta means all living entities. How many living entities are helping us? Indirectly, so many living entities. Apta Nunam, king, how we can become freed from the king. I'm not talking about today's king. I'm talking about a real king who provides everything. Previously, kings were so empowered, they will ask Indra, okay, we need rain now, in the night it should rain. It's like, and there used to be rain. So all the demigods were controlled by the king. Now they will get that. Nowadays it doesn't, you can see that. So that kind of a king, Nunam. Pitrunam, all our forefathers, First I am indebted to my father, because he came from his father, Pitrunam. The whole, line of our Pitrus, we are indebted to. Our body is because of them. So, Devarshi Bhutapta Nunam Pitrunam Nayam Runich Rajan. This slok is told to Parikshit. He said, now you are indebted to all these devotees, all these people. How you are going to become free? There is only one way. I am Runich Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Saranyam. With all your heart, Gato Mukundam Parirutya Krittam. Just surrender to Krishna. Then only you can become free from all the debts. Correct? So we should not forget all these debts. Therefore, there are so many rituals, karma kanda, which we were talking yesterday. So that is the reason, gato mukundam parivritti kritam. That's why we don't have to do any ritual. Because these devatas, these aptas, bhutas, they all indebted to Krishna also. So the account is, forfeited. They are also owing, you are also owing, so account is zero. So gato mukundam pravritti kritam. You have to become free. So Tukaram said, that is why, if I have to become free, then I'll forget all these debts and my devotion to Krishna. So that is the reason I don't want to do anything. I'll be a very simple person. Whatever Krishna gives, Tevile anante tese chirahave chitya sudave samadhana. Whatever Krishna gives me, I will stay accordingly. So what he does, he's just engaged in seva. Whole day and night he's just serving people. Whoever comes, whatever service they ask, he is serving. Correct? So, one time, you have seen this scene in the movie, if you have seen any Sant Tukarama. One time, when he was just walking, one farmer comes to him and he says, "Hey, Tukya, I have to go to Pune." At that time, it was a long distance walk and everything. Now you can go in half an hour. That time, it was a big, long walk. You have to go through the forest and everything. He said, "It's going to take 1 month to go there, to do my things and come back. It's going to take 1 month. So I want you to take care of watch my field, watch my crop. I will go and come in 1 month." Now Tukaram goes there and he sits, and it's called Marathi, it's called Machan. But like a highly raised seat. He sits there where he can see everything. Now he's sitting there and he's chanting the name of Krishna. He's chanting the abhangas, glorifying Vittala. And all the birds are coming and eating the grains, and they are all say, "Okay, please come and eat, And if you are full, then go and drink the water from the river, And he used to talk with the birds because self-realized soul can do that. And the birds will listen. They are not afraid. They'll come and sit on his shoulders and his head, and and he was so happy. These are all Krishna's living entities, Krishna's sons and daughters in different bodies. So he was happy to see all these birds coming, and then he writes one abhanga. He says, "When I will become like these birds?" What did he see in the birds? Why he is saying like this? Anybody can guess? You can guess because you are devotees. So, what did he saw? He said, "When I will become like these birds?" Yes, somebody was saying something. Freedom? No.
They have no propensity to, collect things.
Yes, accumulate. Yes, that is right. Yeah, freedom, freedom, we also have freedom. He said, "When I will become like the birds," means completely depending on Krishna, they come, they take only whatever is in their mouth. That's the only thing they take. They don't have tendency to collect. How I can become like that? When I will become like that? Because they are completely depending, as I was telling yesterday, 8,400,000 species, 800,000 species are depending on Krishna completely. This is how. The birds have such a faith that if I eat this, that's it. I will get the second, whenever I want. There is no need. And how much bird eat? 1, 2, 3, 4 maximum, And so, that is Tukaram's saying. So, if you keep your eyes open, you can learn so many things from nature, and you can appreciate God and surrender to God. But, we don't look at nature. We look at the remote under our control, everything we try to bring, Therefore, we can't appreciate the nature. We appreciate the remote control. Everything happens on remote. So we don't appreciate the Krishna's control. So that is the difficulty in Kali Yuga. Why I don't want to surrender? Because, hey, I can do everything that God does, on my remote. In fact, God also don't know what I do better. I know better than God. And I don't know whether I told it here or not. One time I was in Japan. I was walking with one of my devotee friend, and he showed me one interesting nameplate. He was a plastic surgery, cosmetic doctor, correct? And he has his name, some Japanese name, and 5, 6 degrees, big PhD and all these things in doctorate. And you know what was the title there? He has written, "We fixed God's mistakes, We fix God's mistakes. That is plastic surgery, So this is how people, science thinks that I can do better than God's job, God gives you a nose like this, I can fix it, God gives you a toe crooked, I can fix it. God gives you different kind of skin. Nowadays they can change everything. They can make man into woman, woman into man. Then I'm better than God. Why I will accept? If I can do all these things, who will accept? Who will surrender to God? This is the difficulty because I can control. That is the controlling mentality. We have controlling mentality. That is the difficulty to accept a supreme controller. So Tukaram is seeing the nature, seeing the bird, and he realized how much they are depending on Krishna. And that's why he read this Abhanga, Thevile anante taise rahave, chitya sudave samadhana. You should be satisfied with whatever Krishna has given. Like yesterday I was telling Yogakshemam, whatever he has given. And focus more on how I can achieve the goal of my life. You have minimum to eat, sleep, you can work for that. But, as you are saying, accumulation, you can have some kind of, because, it's the Kali Yuga, we have to go with a vicious circle. You can have some savings, but don't even depend on that saving. That saving is not going to help. Don't think that my saving is going to save me, But that is for what? Just, because we are in this world, so it is there. If you don't have, if you have any faith, you don't even need any savings, You can take care, Krishna can take care of you. So we don't have that much faith, so you can have little bit saving, there's nothing wrong. So the point Tukaram was making here, Hivile Anante, you should live as whatever Krishna has kept you. Don't compete with people, other people, neighbors or friends or relatives. Don't think about what they are talking about you. You have Krishna, and that is the greatest wealth. Krishna is the greatest wealth. People will not, materialistic people will not understand that. Krishna is the greatest wealth. And if you have that, you don't have to worry about anybody's comments. If you don't have to worry about anybody's comments. Therefore, sadhus are very happy. Why they are happy? Because they have the one thing which nobody has. Nobody has. So that is Krishna. And that is the only thing you have with you at the time of death. Everything else is going to be here. So that is the firm faith you will develop slowly, slowly, looking and observing the nature and hearing from realized soul about how to depend upon Krishna. So this is Tukaram's dependency on Krishna. This is his Vairagya. So all these things happened. Now when he came back, the farmer, he saw the whole corn is, all the corn is empty, everything is gone, They said, Tukaram, what did you do? I told you to watch. He said, I was watching. I said, then how the people ate? You didn't told me to stop them, you just told me to watch. And so I was watching. You didn't tell me to stop them. I was just watching. They were coming nicely eating and flying, I was watching them. He said, you fool. And then he took him to the court, in court. And in the court, the whole, all people are going and they asked Tukaram, yes, it is my mistake. You call it as a mistake, but I was thinking, what's God nature is so nice, how Krishna takes care of everybody. Then I said, okay, that philosophy is good with you, but I am concerned with my grain. Every year I get here about 12 quintals of grain, and if I don't get that grain, then I have to collect it from you. You have to collect from you. I said, what do I have? I have only one house left, broken. So he writes his home and gives it to him, Then the time comes, Patil, the leader of the Dehu town, he said, at least let us count, how much it comes. So they cut all the corn and they grind and get it together. Instead of 12 quintal, it became 50 quintal, 4 times bigger than that. And see the honesty of the farmer. He said, I only need 12. It is all Tukaram's, It is because of Tukaram, maybe God is given this. I never ever got the maximum, crop I got was 12 quintal. So I'll take it that much, and rest all that is belongs to Tukaram. Tukaram says, you told me I'll give you 1 quintal for taking care, so I'll take only 1 quintal, that is not mine. Can you imagine if you have this kind of people, how the society will be peaceful, right? So both of them are to be honest. I don't want more than 12. Tukaram said, I don't want more than what you promised me, So rest all the things the villager decided to use it for emergency. So that is how the society was peaceful. No, because there was no courts and everything. Because there was such an understanding between devotees itself, and everybody was so loyal, so truthful, so depending on the Lord. So there was no need of all administrative kind of things, So they decided. Then after that, Tukaram, decided to build. The temple was completely dilapidated or completely broken and fallen. So he started, with his own hand he started, and all the villagers came to know that Tukaram is building. So then they said, okay, we'll sell this grain and we'll collect the money, and then they built the temple. So that is how that grain was used in building the temple. So this is how Tukaram was living in the town. So at that time, he did many businesses. He sold chilies. He was going in the market and all this. So many businesses he did. But because he was not greedy. He was not greedy, and that's why he did not have exploiting mentality. He didn't have any exploiting mentality. He lost all the business, and then he didn't have even money. So his wife, she was a daughter of Appaji Gurve, who was a very rich person in Pune at that time. And they were married when he was 100,000 crore, $100,000 income, So definitely she is also, but everything is gone. Now she is married. So she stayed with him. They didn't have even, they had only one cloth. They'll wash it at the time of taking bath, and they'll wear the same cloth. There is just one cloth on their body, that's it. And then Tukaram's wife, Avli, she felt very bad, what to do about, now I am married, but I cannot leave my husband, So her father gave her some money, and through that he got some chilies, and he went for shopping, he went for selling them. So he came, it's a place called Panvel, it's near between Mumbai and Pune, there is Panvel. So in Panvel, there is a weekly bazaar. Even still today, weekly bazaar goes on there. And he sat under a tree near a Shivji temple. All these things are even today there. And good thing is that after reading my book, that Tukaram used to sell chili here, they have constructed one diorama there of Tukaram selling chilies, because one of the devotee got this book and showed to the panchayat of the village, Panvel. Said, wow, Tukaram did that thing, and this thing is there, our name is there, they immediately, beautiful, it's very nice. They constructed a diorama there under the same tree where Tukaram was sitting. So he was sitting there with the chilies, and he was selling the chilies. But what was he selling, if anybody comes to us, how much is that? Whatever rate is there in the market, you give me. He will not ask for any money, So people will, they'll cheat him and all these things. And he will not say anything. And then he said, oh, Tuka, I don't have money. He said, take it, give me next time. So like this. So one gunda came, he came to, there are always people who exploit devotees, sometimes humble devotees like this. So he came and he said, I want to take everything, all chilies, because he saw that he is not taking any money. I want to take all the money, all the things, and I will pay you money later. And Tukaram said, okay, take it. He said, okay, now only my business, I will go to Shivji and chant Hare Krishna. He said, my business is closed early. So he gave it to him, and he said, well, I will give you money, I will just send my servant and I will give you money. And he took it, and he didn't bring a bag. With bag, everything he took. So Tukaram has nothing, So he just went into the temple of Shivji, and there he sat there chanting Krishna's glories, and Shivji was also very happy. He got association of one Vaishnava. So then what happened? This Gunda, so many people cheated Tukaram at that time. So now, see, this is how Vittala is concerned. Now Tukaram has shown such a faith in Vittala, and Vittala is thinking, I have to do something for him now, because people are cheating him, and what is he going to tell to his wife? Wife is saying, I got money from my father and he gave it to you, some money, so that you can do business and bring some money home. And you just gave it to everything. So Vittala is more concerned now. Now how I can protect my Tukaram? So what he does, he becomes a servant of Tukaram, and he goes to each and every house. And he comes to this Gunda's house, and he said, hey, you got chilies from Tukaram, and I have come to collect his money. They said, who are you? I said, I am Tukaram's servant. My name is Vittal. Yes, this is how God becomes devotee's, servant. He said, I am Tukaram's servant, and I have come to collect the money. He said, hey, I didn't take anything. I didn't take anything. Hey, I know where I kept. Krishna, he knows everything. And he goes and says, what are these chilies? I can tell you the size of the chilies if you want. They are from Dehu, don't cheat. And he said, how do you know that I got him? I said, I know. How much exactly? 15 kilos you got it. He don't know, So Krishna knows everything, you can cheat his devotees, but you cannot cheat Krishna. So he said exactly the amount and exactly the everything, and he collected that money, He collected and he went to all the houses, and he gave that money to Tukaram, He didn't go in front of him as Vittal. He went there, he said, oh, I saw you, people are cheating you, I am from this village and I take this money. So he got that money. Now Tukaram left that home and left that place, he had some money. And when he was walking, he came across one place where he saw one husband and wife. They were brahmanas, but they were in debt. They got some money from somebody. So they had just like bulls have what they call in zoo in Marathi. What they call in English? There is no word in English because that thing is not there in English. There are tractors in English. So whatever that, you understood, right? You have seen, everybody's in India, all the bulls, they have one stick on their shoulder, like that, the both husband and wife, they were having it and pulling it like that. And they had written, they are like a thief or something like that. And they owe that money to this saukar and they are not paid it. So this is a punishment given to them. So Tukaram sees that, and he feels bad for them. He feels bad for them. He said, what happened to you? He said, we owe money, and that, and because Tukaram was also a saukar, he was doing the same thing. But he could immediately understand how this is a exploitative business, how many people can exploit anybody easily. So he said, I took probably 1,000 rupees, but now my loan is like 10,000 rupees. I cannot even pay 1,000. But it goes on, cumulative. It's accumulating, and nowadays 10,000, it is impossible for me to give. So Tukaram had that much money exactly with him. He says, let's go and give it to the saukar. He came and gave that money, and Tukaram is blank. Again he has nothing. Again he has nothing. So now he comes home, and his wife is very upset. He says, Daiva dete karma nete. You Krishna, God is giving you, and your activities, you are losing them. It is not. And then he says, yes, God gives me, so it is God, so I give it to others. And then she's always fighting with him, so he don't stay home, because he's always nagging. So this time he says, because of you, she starts yelling at him, because of you, because you have become mad after Krishna, therefore our family life is completely destroyed. There is nothing in home, there is not, you don't have food to eat in home, You have so much you say, Vittala, 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 what he has done to us, what he has done to us. We have not even good clothes on us, and he don't have given food to us. What is he doing to us? And all the village people, when I go to collect water on the well, that's WhatsApp at that time. All the girls and all the women used to stay there, and they used to talk all these things. So he said, all the village, women, they tease me, because your husband is chanting Hare Krishna, he lost everything, and therefore your husband has become mad, and you are like a useless lady, criticize her like that. Now she comes and yells at Tukaram, this is what I have to hear when I go to get the water, and all the women are criticizing me. And he said, what kind of husband do you have? He don't even work. He just says, that black fellow's name. He just sits there and chants Vittala, Vittala, Vittala. That is the reason he don't have anything, because he chants the name of Krishna. Now that Avli, his wife, listens to this, and she comes to Tukaram. He says, all the women are saying that because you chant the name of Vittala, you do not have any money, you lose everything. you know. Then Tukaram says, okay. Then there are so many people in Dehu, they don't even chant the name of Krishna. They are also poor. They also don't have food. So don't blame my Krishna. He said, don't blame my Krishna. You can blame me. I take his name. You know, that's my problem. That is not Krishna's problem. He didn't force me to take money. Take my name. You know, I am taking his name because I know who is he and what is he. You know, but don't please criticize my God. Don't criticize Vittala. So this is how these arguments are going on. So now they have nothing practically left in their home, right? So at one time Tukaram is just sitting outside the home, and a big marriage procession is coming. And his wife was supposed to go to that marriage. Now she has only one little sari which is not even good. You know, normal sari, maybe torn many places, but that's the only sari she has. But she had to go. So she went to take a bath. You know, previously, if you see even villages now, the toilet and bathroom used to be far away from the house, correct? And that's the Vedic culture. You know, but Kali Yuga is different. You know, in Vedic culture, what people used to eat in home and pass stool outside. You know, now in Kali Yuga, eat outside and pass stool in home. That is Kali Yuga. So previously they used to eat in home and go outside, and bathroom was also outside. So she was taking bath outside, you know, and it was like some walls made from bamboo. It's not like a pakka wall or something. So what she used to do is to wash the sari and put it, and just without any clothes, she'll take a bath, and she will just, within that time, you know, the clothes doesn't take much time, you know. Even in Dallas, you can try that. In 5 minutes, your dhoti will be dry. You know, till you take your bath, your clothes will be dry. So even today in villages, people, you know, they put on the side of the river, they wash everything, and then they fold the clothes and come home, you know. So this is how his wife, he went. And Tukaram was just chanting outside. He was sitting and absorbed in chanting, and wife was inside. She's taking bath. Cloth was, her sari is on the wall of the bathroom. And one old lady, Brahmani, you know, she comes. He said her little clothes are torn. He said it is not good for a woman to wear torn clothes, you know. So to cover my body, I need some clothes, you know. And I heard that you are a very generous person, you know. So can you please give me something? Now without looking, Tukaram says, go and get that sari, you know. Now she goes, and now she don't know what is happening inside. So she takes the sari, and she said, thank you. He said, don't say anything, go away. You know? And then he also leaves that place and go on the hill. And from the hill you can see what is happening down, you know. Now he goes to the hill, now wife is there, her shower, her bath is over, and she looks up, cloth is gone. Now she says, oh my God, I know who did that. It must be my mad husband, you know, might have given that sari to somebody, you know. But what to do now? She cannot come out. And all the people for going for marriage are already there. You know, they're saying, Avali, where are you? Now Tukaram is also not there to answer. He's gone on the hill, you know, he's just completely depending on Krishna. He just goes there and sits on the hill. And from the hill he's looking, although all the marriage party is there, and he don't know what is happening here. Now this Avali, she is like cursing and praying to her God, you know, Mangalai, Mangalai, you know, like that. And immediately her clothes are gone, and she just sees big light, zoom. And she opens her eyes, she sees beautiful yellow silken sari there. And she's so effulgent. And now she knows this is Vittala's dhoti. You know, this is Vittala's. Now if I take it, I'm taking help from my enemy. I curse him all the time. You know, I say bad name. If I take it, it's like taking help. If I don't take it, I don't have anything on my body. Now she is in dilemma what to do. She says, okay, whatever it is. She takes it and wears it and comes out. Now she is looking so beautiful and so, you know, it's a rich cloth with shining and effulgent, and it is Vittala's, you know, shawl. Not shawl, it's called, what they call it, particular word for that. Yes, I'm not getting that exact Marathi word for that. Anyway, it's kind of a dhoti, long silken dhoti, correct? So it is there, and she's wearing it, and she comes out. Now all the marriage parties there, and they see Auli, and her sari is more costlier than the bridegroom. And he says this Tukaram is a cheater. He is dhongi, he is a bogus sadhu. He shows every whole world that he do not have any money in home. Look at the sari his wife has. He is just hiding his, so that he can beg in the society and show that he is a sadhu. But see, his wife has such a sari, such a shalu, actually, shalu, it's called shalu. Such a shalu, I don't know what is in other language it's called. It's such a costly sari, how much they are rich, and they start cursing and everything. And then, now she has another problem, correct? Now she wants to go for marriage. These people are not telling her. They are just talking among themselves, how rich they are, and they are just showing off that they are kind of a sadhu. Now she has another problem. Now she has such a beautiful sari. And if you go to marriage, everybody is expecting your packet, How big is your packet? Your sari is there, You have to give gift according to what you are wearing. Otherwise they say, okay, you are wearing, you're giving $5 packet, It's like, they'll think, oh, what a confused person he is, But yeah, So now she is thinking, I have such a nice cloth, but what can I give a gift? I do not have even one grain in my house to give a gift. So she tells them, you go ahead, I will join you soon. So they go ahead and everything. Tukaram from up, he sees that all the people have gone ahead. She just runs down home, and you don't know that wife is there. And he sees that. He sees his wife in beautiful, shalu, and immediately he understands. She understands this is Vittala's. Immediately he has one pancha on his shoulder. He just gives it. What are you doing? This is my Vittala's. You are not supposed to take service from Vittala. If we were there, we would say, oh, this is Krishna's mercy, Correct? Because of my devotion, I got this. Why I don't, because I chant 16 rounds, Krishna gave me shalu, and you are telling me, give it up. Tukaram said, we are not supposed to, we are devotees of Krishna, we have to supposed to serve him. Krishna is not supposed to serve us. We are supposed to serve Krishna. What are you doing? It's a completely, the stain on my character. What face I will show to Vittala? I'm telling that please keep me engaged in your service. I don't want anything, just give me your service. And I'm asking, now he is coming here and serving my wife. I have no face to go in front of Krishna. Please remove that, give it. So she has to remove the sari, and she takes this sari and goes to Krishna, Vittala, and she gives it, Tukaram gives it back. He said, take this back, I'm supposed to serve you, you are not supposed to serve us. So this is the standard of devotion. Can you imagine? How many people in India think God means a provider? I pray to him, list, and he provides us. That is how he provides. This is what bhakti is. Bhakti means not to ask from God, give it to God. Give it to God. That is bhakti. Not asking and thinking that, God take care of me. No, he is already taking care of us. So this is the way Tukaram's Vairagya. He exhibited that he don't want anything to take from Vittala. He don't want any help to take from Vittala. He's just satisfied in serving without any motivation. Even though Krishna wants to give him, he don't want to take it. That was his devotion. He kept his family, starving, but Krishna made sure they will have food to eat. They will have nothing in the evening, but they will have something to eat whenever they were hungry. Krishna never left them like that. This is how Krishna was taking it. Tukaram was not expecting anything. He was not expecting anything. I don't know, I can't see the watch, but what time is it now? 8:11. So it's a time? So 8:30? Okay. So I don't know, if I start talking, probably we'll sit here all night. Okay. So this is the way when he's engaged in service. At the same time, now he's preaching. He's a preacher, He's writing abhangas and Obviously, he is criticizing all the karmakandas. And Brahmanas, because the karmakanda is criticized, the Brahmanas are upset. Nobody is going for any karmakandas to them. They said, this Tukaram is destroying our religion. Tukaram is telling everybody, you don't need to do anything. Just chant the name of Krishna and go back home, back to Godhead. Simple. Just eat prasadam, here do Harikatha, Harikirtan, go back home, back to Godhead. You don't have to do any dan, any tapasya, any yajna, nothing to do. Just chant Hare Krishna and you go back home, back to Godhead. So simple. So it was applicable to everybody. And everybody, from a village farmer to Brahmanas became Tukaram's disciples. He didn't accept anybody as a disciple, but they accepted his teachings. Now they will come every day, thousands of people will come for his pravachans, and they were following Tukaram and everything. So at that time, all the Brahmanas, they become so envious of him, envious of him, that there is one Abhanga, for a sample I will tell you. There are many. I have written another book, not on Tukaram's stories. I have written another book on Tukaram's Abhangas, and different aspects. So this is pure devotional service. So this Abhanga, it's called Andhashraddha, how he is removing the blind faith from the community. He is telling, I say Sant Zale Kali. He said, what kind of people have become saints in Kali? I say Sant Zale Kali, Tondi Tambaku Chinali. What are they saying? They have a pipe, Tambaku pipe in their mouth. How many pictures you see like that, especially in India? And they consider him as a sadhu, Tondi Tambaku Chinali. Pachi Pade Madhyapana. They have to drink chai, all drink kind of thing. Pachi Pade Bhang Bhurka sadhana. They cannot speak katha without eating tobacco. Bhang Bhurka sadhana. They Tukamane Auge Dhonga. He said, this is all bogus. Tete Kaisa Panduranga. How can there be Panduranga if we have this? So this kind of abhasgas he is writing. So Brahmana community became very furious. He says that he is criticizing the Brahmanas, and because it's the truth, there are no true Brahmanas in Kali Yuga, because they are not practicing any. Yesterday I told about 9 qualities of Brahmana. Can you go and search in any Brahmanas kind of a thing, So Tukaram was heavily criticizing all these things. So Brahmanas, but they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. And Tukaram was preaching and growing, preaching is growing. So at that time, the Brahmanas who were affected, their business was stopped, they were not getting any dakshinas, And they went to the village Patil, the leader, and he said, this Tukaram is destroying the whole dharma, and he is teaching something, which is not in dharma, Dharma says that you have to do this, yajna, this, that, so many things you have to do. And he is saying that you don't have to do anything, just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Nothing to do. Then the Patil don't know, say, I don't know anything from religion, let us go to some Brahmana who understand all these things. So they came to Chinswad, which is about 20 kilometers from Pune, Dehu. So they came, there was one Brahmana, his name was Mambaji. So he was there, so they complained to the Mambaji. Tukaram, this is what he's doing, and we don't know what to do, and he's destroying the dharma, and he's just telling simple to people, he just does kirtan every day, and he's born Shudra. He's not even a Brahmana. He's by birth Shudra, by karma he is Vaishya, and only Brahmanas have right to speak about Vedas. Brahmanas have right to give pravachans, but he gives pravachan, he speaks about the Vedas, even though born Shudra, and we can't stop, because whatever he is saying, people are following him, and he's destroying, completely drowned our dharma, so you should come and do something. So Mambaji said, yes, I have heard something is going on in Dehu, and it is coming to these places also nowadays, so I have to do something. So they call him, and he said, you come and stay here and see what is he doing. Unless, previously people doesn't believe because somebody says something. They will come and see the other side of it, and then they will give their judgment, So, devotee community also, we should learn that. If somebody says something about somebody, immediately we should not consider it the truth. First thing, we should not listen to any criticism. But if you are in a managerial position, you have to listen sometimes to keep the society going. So we have to listen to the other side also and try to bring it together, not to make two parties fight. Vaishnavas are bringing together, not to divide them. So this Mambaji was a Brahmana, so he said, okay, I will come to Dehu and I'll stay and see what he does. So he came to Dehu, and all these village people, they gave him a house just next to Tukaram's house, which is next to Tukaram's temple, Vithalar's temple. So he was staying there, and he wanted to see what Tukaram does, So every day evening, Tukaram will give lecture, pravachan, and he will go and sit there. And Tukaram saw 1 or 2 days, Mambaji, the great Brahmana in this area, is coming, and he's sitting. So he told his assistants to give him some nice seat, because he is a Brahmana, a respectful person. So he gave him proper seat, and he used to sit there. And Mambaji used to attend Tukaram's pravachan. Now he was attending pravachan not to understand what Tukaram is saying. He was attending pravachan to see that if he makes any fault. You don't know what kind of people will attend your pravachan. Sometimes, sometimes we get that experience. That's whenever I give Bhagavad Gita lectures. I quote so many slokas, like that. And one time one Sanskrit Pandit came. Prabhuji, you referred today 80 slokas, but all these 80 slokas, there are 160 mistakes, So, because sometimes we are not scholars, we quote slokas, something mistakes here, there happens, But people understand and they become devotees, but one person sits there just to find mistakes, So Mambaji was like that. So he was there, and he came and he said, what? If Tukaram does any mistake in quoting the scriptures, he didn't do any mistakes. He was there for a month. He was listening. He said, there is nothing in whatever he's telling wrong. He's telling, completely quoting how the holy name is the essence of Kali Yuga, and how the holy name Lord Shiva chanted, or Dhruva chanted, or Prahlad Maharaj chanted, and Ajamil chanted, how they were saved. He's telling perfectly from the scriptures. There is nothing you can find wrong in his preaching. So Mambaji was in the heart, outside he was peaceful, in his heart he's burning. Because if you want to find some mistake, and if you are not finding, the anger goes on increasing. So that is what happening in Mambaji. He is telling, but he's not doing any mistake, and he's telling. So then he said, okay. Then he started, okay, if it is not in his telling, it is easy to tell certain things. But very few people talk what they say, So they started saying, is anything wrong in his vyavahar? His dealings with people. He was so humble, down to earth humble. He never considered him as some saint or something. He was serving everybody, even the dogs and cats and even the donkeys in the Dehu. He'll serve all of them, what to speak of sadhus and brahmanas and devotees. He'll serve everybody. In the morning, he will clean all the temple, because many devotees were coming for Mangalarti at 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. So before that, he will clean all the surroundings of the temple, go to the Indrayani river, take bath and come. And he will do the Abhishek to Vithala and all the pujaris, and everybody is saying. So now this Mambaji is saying his vyavahar with everybody, even with Mambaji was good. He was respecting him, whenever he come, honor him, offer him obeisances, give him the seat. He was respectful to him too. So like that, another month went, there is nothing wrong with him in his vyavahar also. There is nothing wrong in preaching, there is nothing wrong in his vyavahar. Then what is left? The only ornament of a sadhu is his character. He said, if there is anything, his character is loose. And you check the character in the night. Daytime, your character you can show. He said, daytime he makes a show of all these things. Don't know what does his night. So he started keeping his eyes open with oil in his eyes. And what does Tukaram does in the night? Because when everybody is gone, And he sends one, just like Haridas Thakur, he sends one prostitute. And that Tukaram don't fall to that. In fact, he preaches to her and she becomes a devotee. And so Tukaram is not even, his character is also pure, He will, after everybody is gone, what he will do? he will chant whole night. He never slept. And one time he prayed to Krishna. He said, you helped me to conquer my hunger. Now only one thing left between you and me. Only one thing left. And what is that? Sleep. Nidra. Now when I sleep, I forget you. So please give me a benediction, I can overcome the sleep. So what he will do as an effort, only one thing you can imitate in Tukaram's life, what I am telling now, what he did to stay awake all night. Correct? So what Tukaram will do? After pravachan in the night, everybody will go back by around 10:30. Then he is alone in the temple. So then he will take his beads and he will chant. And now whenever he feels doze like this, he started standing. Still he was dozing like this. Then what did he do? He had a long shika, right? He took his shika and tied to the nail on the wall. So you can do that, So he did like that shika, he tied to the nail on the wall. In Marathi it is called kunti. He did that, he tied. And whenever he will get like this, he will get a big jhatka there, he gets shocked there. So that's how Tukaram controlled his nidra. That's how you can imitate that, And you can put one nail in your deity room. So that's the only thing you can imitate in Tukaram's life. Everything else you cannot. It's so vairagi. So that is how he did, And whole night he was chanting. And he will chant till like little before Brahma Muhurta. Then he will take a broom and he will clean all the temple. So that not a single pebble, single small stone will be there. So that it will, because people used to walk without shoes at that time. Even, they will walk everywhere they will walk without shoes, So they were walking without shoes. So he used to make sure that there should not be even a small, not a thorn at all, but even a small little, stone to pierce in their soul. So he was cleaning so nicely in the morning, And Mambaji was just looking, his character, what he does wrong, but nothing wrong found him, nothing. So if a sadhu, preaching is not wrong, vyavahar is not wrong, character is not wrong, what you are going to do with such kind of a sadhu? You don't find anything. So the anger is building more and more because you can't find the mistakes. So this one day of a Ekadashi morning, he is cleaning it, and this is Mambaji Ashram. He is walking on his corridor there, and is watching what Tukaram is doing. And accidentally, Tukaram's broom touches the fence of Mambaji's mud, ashram, which is built by, in Marathi it's called Babri and Karwandi, very big thorns like a nail, big sticks are there. So even a buffalo goes into it, it cuts his skin. Buffalo skin is very tough. Even that skin can be cut with this Babri and Karwandi. So these fences, even if you go to villages today, they have these fences around their farms, So that fence was there with a bamboo stick lying with all the thorns, and these sticks were there. So just touched accidentally, and his fence fall, and everything was like fall apart. So Mambaji got this, chance. And he came and started yelling at Tukaram. You nonsense, started cursing in the bad words and all things. Tukaram said, I'm sorry and everything, but he didn't listen. He just took a stick from there with long thorns, like 2 inches big thorns, and started beating Tukaram. With that stick, with long sticks, he's beating. So he started beating from his head to his toe. The thorns were going in his body in pierce, and he was bleeding. So he did with one stick, it broke. He took second stick, that broke. So he's beating and beating. So he probably beat him with he broke half a dozen sticks. Still Tukaram is just folded hands, chanting Vittala, Krishna, Govinda. He's just sitting there, standing there. He said, do whatever you want. The whole body is full of thorns. He didn't complain. And he got tired. He got tired of beating him. And he just left because his hand started hurting. Both right and left, he beat him. And he started hurting. And he went to the ashram, cursing him, Tukaram, immediately he went to the temple. And he's praying, beautiful abhanga. He said, Barve kele, Deva. He said, Krishna, you did good, you did good, you did good. Now just imagine if you have all these things happening, will you go to temple and say, Krishna, you did very good, He said, you beat me through the hands of Brahmana. You beat me through the hands of Brahmana. You did very good. No, you did very good. And he said, thank you so much. You didn't let me get angry. Can you see his humility? Did you catch my word? You didn't let me get angry. So what did you learn from that? Yes. He didn't say, I didn't become angry. If I control my anger, when you are fighting with wife or husband, you think, Krishna, I control my anger, I am such a sadhu, I is there, But Tukaram is saying, you didn't let me angry. That is how surrendered soul should be. You. Even though some good things are happening in devotional service, that is Krishna because of you. That is why, Jesus says that if you have to see God, you have to remove I. It's in the Bible. If you have to see God, you have to remove I. So as long as we have I and me, there is no God. So this is what, and from heart, sometimes we show people, oh, it is Krishna's mercy, when everything is going on good, So this is there. So he was praying, thank you, Krishna, you didn't let me become angry, And it is good that you destroyed my karmas, it destroys my karmas. So like that, and as Tukaram was praying, his wife came because, suddenly these kind of things go faster than WhatsApp and Instagram. People think WhatsApp and Instagram is faster. Previously just imagine somebody is reading Ramayana in Badrinath, he is listening Ramayana in Tirupati. How the Ramayana is there in Tirupati and Badrinath, both places. There was no WhatsApp, there was no Instagram. How it came? It was faster previously than today's, So, this is the preachers. They carry the message from one place to another. So this news was spreading in the village and everybody was somewhere happy, somewhere like, it's good, Tukaram was punished. Finally he was caught and punished by all these Brahmanas were happy or all these things. So a division was there in the village, but nobody was saying anything, So those who are Vaishnavas, they felt bad, how much they torture a preacher. How much they torture Krishna, but they can't do anything because he's a big name Brahmana. They can't do anything. So his wife came and wife also saw all these things and started, see, look what's happened to you. You do all this to Vittala, what is he doing for you? He is beating you, your whole body is bleeding. But Tukaram didn't say anything. He's praying and praying. As he's praying, all the wounds heals. And he becomes perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. He didn't ask for it. He's perfectly all right. He comes in the evening for kirtan, correct? Again, 10,000 people are there attending the kirtan. And the seat of Mambaji is empty. Now Tukaram, he started his kirtan. He thinks, it may be a little late. Today probably he'll come. Starts his kirtan and then before he starts pravachan, he sees that, Mambaji has not come. So he sends his assistant. Go and see why Mambaji is not come. Is he all right? Can you imagine the person who beat him in the morning, he's concerned about his not attending his Bhagavatam. This is Vaishnava. So he's asking, go and see. Now this person goes and sees. He was there in the morning when all things are happening. So he knew what had happened in the morning. So he came to Mambaji. And what has happened, Mambaji? When you offend Krishna's devotee, Krishna don't let you go. He was suffering like a hell. He was flipping on the floor like a dying fish with a high fever, and he was uncontrollable. His disciples were trying to make him better. He was flipping on the ground and everything. So this person saw and he thought, this is what happens when you trouble sadhu, and he became happy. And he thought, if I tell this to Tukaram, he'll be more happy. So he came laughing and said, Tukaram, he is suffering. What? Tukaram said, what? He's suffering? He feels bad, paradukhe dukhi. Just imagine person who beat him so much, he's feeling bad about him. Now he goes and he sees, this Mambaji is flipping like a dying fish. So immediately he says, please forgive me, it is because of me. you have to lift the stick and beat me, and that's why your hands are probably hurting, and that's why you got, fever. And he started immediately, okay, you sleep, I'll massage your feet. He started massaging his feet. How humble it is. And as he was massaging his feet, Mambaji was coming down. So this is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Which sloka you will apply here? Tranadapi sunichena taroriva sahishtuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadhari. So if you have to chant the holy name of Krishna, your mood has to be like this. Tranadapi sunichena. You can act, consider lower than the blade of grass. It is easy to consider lower than the blade of grass. At least show, tolerant than the trees. It's easy to show that. Manadena, one who respects you, easy to give him respect. But the most difficult thing is one who insults you, still you love him and give him respect. Is it easy? It's very difficult. Correct? Amanina manadena. So this is the principle Tukaram shows in his life. Who beat him so much in the morning, he considers his servant and goes and massages his feet. There is no envy in the heart. There is no grudge, there is no anger against. He respects him as a Brahmana and he goes and serves him. So that is the life of Tukaram. He is so humble. So I think this is the time now. We'll stop here. Is it okay? If any questions? Yes. Don't ask me how he left to this word.
How he left this planet, because that would be more inspiring.
I don't know how, wherever I go, all over the world, this is the common question. How he left in the self body? How he left in the same body? Correct? You cannot understand as long as you are in this body. That's the only answer. As long as we are in bodily consciousness, we cannot understand. Correct? We just have faith in his words. He said, Tuka Zala Gupta Kudi Sahita. Kudi means with body. And thousands of people saw that. Correct? And the person who was present also has written there. And it is government document. It is there. Tukaram disappeared from this place. Right? So these three things are there. And how to understand that, you cannot understand it. Just by faith you can understand. But only logical thing is, he says, I am coming from Vaikuntha, and then at this time he is saying, I am going to Vaikuntha. That's it. Because he knows from where he came, so he is going where he came from. And he has a abhanga. If you have seen the movie, he has about 10 abhangas. The last thing what happens, he is about 42 years old at that time. So Krishna comes in his dream and he tells him that you have done enough, whatever I have told you. And if you stay more here, then ati parichayad avadnya. People will start disrespect you. You have done enough, you have written abhangas, you have preached enough and met devotees, you have established the deity worship. Now your seva is over. Now I will come and take you home. Be ready. Now wherever he used to go, he will not tell that I will go to Houston, I will get to Dallas, I will go to New York. He said, I will go to Vaikuntha. Because wherever he go, even if you go to the next lane, he said, I am going to Vaikuntha. He is going to the next village, he will say, I am going to Vaikuntha. So it was going to Vaikuntha was so common that when he said, really I am going to Vaikuntha, nobody believed it. Even wife he didn't believe. His wife is 5 months pregnant at that time. Just imagine. Krishna's call, he accepted. Even though his wife is pregnant, he didn't, give me another 4 months, I will see his baby's face and come. No, he didn't say, Krishna called me, I am done. Correct? So that is how he is. So then he says, I am going to Vaikuntha. And in the temple he starts raising his hand and all the devotees are there. Thousands of devotees are there. So they are all chanting the name of Krishna. And then in the street he is singing the abhangas. Till now I have preached all of you. If you follow my message, you will also come back home, back to Godhead. Now you all saints, give me the dust of your lotus feet so that I can put it on my head, so that Krishna will accept me in Vaikuntha. Beautiful abhangas are there. And at the end he said, see, Vittal, my Garuda is coming, see Vishnu is sitting on that, the wings are flipping, he is coming and he is coming. He came here, now Ami Jato Amcha Ghava, Amcha Rama Rama Ghava. Now I am going, please accept my final bye-bye, you know. He said, Tumchi asu devi krupa. Please, because of all of you's mercy, I am going back home, back to Godhead. If you follow whatever I have said, you will also come back to Godhead. So please follow my message. So that is what is most important. How he went is not most important. He said, follow your message, my message. You know, Ata tari pude kari hacha upadesha naka kuru nasya avishyacha. He is telling that don't waste your human form of life. This is the only one advice I am giving. You know, Sakalancha paya maje dandavata. He said, I pray, falling at the feet of all the devotees, you know, all the Vaishnavas. Sakalancha paya maje dandavata. Apulale chitta shuddha kara. Just chant Hare Krishna and, you know, just purify your consciousness, you know. Hitate karave devache chintana. He said the purpose of human life, you know, the only purpose of human life is to devache chintana, is to think Krishna 24 hours. There is nothing else, you know. Karoniya mana ekad vidha. So you chant the name of Krishna, you know, with one pointed attention. You know, that is what our 11th offense, you know, after 10th, what we say, to chant inattentively, correct? So Vaishnavas say, and it is from Padma Puran. So to chant, you chant attentively. Hitate karave devache chintana karoniya mana ekavidha. Said, this is Tukaram's advice for you. So this is what, if you follow that, then we will understand. You know, see, the thing is, spiritual things you cannot understand with material vision, material brain and material understanding. It is beyond our understanding. So it is simply a matter of faith. You know, even if you don't believe in that, that's fine. Follow his message, you will understand. Now it is unbelievable, it is impossible, even for devotees, you know, it is impossible. I don't know how to convince people. You know, the conviction came in me after writing the book. I was also wondering, how this happened, how this? But somehow doing the seva, glorifying Tukaram, now I know how he went back to Godhead, but I cannot explain. Just accept as it is. My Guru Maharaj told me, if you read anything in Bhagavatam or any Puranas, you cannot understand how it is possible. Just have a faith and go ahead. When time comes, Krishna will reveal it to you. Okay? So that is just, I know this is the one question I cannot satisfy you. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. You said there is a movie about Tukaram.
Yes,
what is
Tukaram.
the name of the movie? Like, where can you watch?
I think it's in ISKCON, what is that called? You can just Google Sant Tukaram.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is two videos are there, two movies are there. One is color and one is black and white, 1956, something like that. It got an award at that time. Okay. So watch the old one, not the new one. New one they have showed Tukaram as a rebellious person, you know, going against Brahmanas. That's what they have taught. They are not taught he's chanting the name of Vittala. It's a political Tukaram there. You know, all these people, in political people, all criticism is taken of Brahmanas, you know. But they didn't show you that how he is a devotee of Vittala and what he preached. So the first movie is black and white. You know, Vishnupanta Pagnis. He did only one movie and he became a devotee. And he's the best. If you see that movie, you feel like you are seeing Tukaram. It's beautiful acting. Sant Tukarama. It's in Marathi, but ISKCON also has that. I don't remember exactly, but if you go to Google Sant Tukaram, it will come. If you don't understand Marathi, it comes with English subtitles.
Okay.
It's very beautiful.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
If no questions, we can have a quick thank you note. Yeah, Prabhu.
Just order me. Yes, see, I have limitations. I spent 3.5 months in America, but I visit more than 35 places. So, Satya sir has my contacts, and Ananteshwar is my friend from Pune, so he is here. I come once in a year to this side. I go to East Coast, West Coast, and Texas, middle, you know. So I can't particularly come whenever you want. You have to accept me whenever I come.
No, Prabhu's question is how to visit that.
Oh, Dehu, that's what you are
Dehu,
asking?
yeah.
You come to me, I will take you there. You come to Pune, and from Pune you take a car. You are American, you can afford a car to take. You can rent a car for a day, probably it will cost you $100 in a whole day. So you can go, if you come to Pune, you can stay in NVCC temple, and from there is a place called Dehu. And if you take my book, Patarpur is about 4 hours from Pune. Dehu is just 1 hour from Pune. And if you have my book, at the end of book, there is a map given there, and there are the places also given there, or whatever happened where. So at the end of my book, there is a map and also directions also. You can take that book and go to Dehu. And if you all come together, I will personally take you. You come as a group, I will take you to Dehu also and also Pandharpur. You come in a group, we will go to Dehu also and Pandharpur also. One bus will be there, 50 people, It will not be like here the bus I came, but it's huh? I don't know about Alandi, but I go to Dehu and Pandharpur. I don't much go to Alandi because it is little out of way. But if you have an individual wish, you can go. The other reason is Tukarama comes in our sampradaya, and he is preaching pure bhakti. So otherwise, then there are another 50 saints there in India. I have to take everywhere. If I go to Naneshwar, there is Namdev, there is Eknath, there is Janabai. So many saints are there. So if I take to one, then I have to take. No, see, the thing is, Rupa Goswami, he explains we should associate with Sajatiya. Now, what is Sajatiya means? It is not Jat means some caste. Means one from the proper sampradaya with one thoughts. Even if little thought is different, then it will deviate you and destroy your devotional service. Correct? Just like when you go to college, another college is just in another mile. You don't take admission there, here and go and sit there. No, you learn in college whatever you have taken admission, and you are guaranteed to pass. The road is here. That road is not guaranteed whether you will go or not. Okay? So, it is nothing against it. They are Vaishnavas, we offer obeisances, but our heart is with Tukaram. Okay? They are Vaishnavas, we respect. But if you have time, then we can go. But this is not possible to go in one day. Even one day to see Dehu is not enough. So if there is time, then we can go everywhere you want. But if it's one day Dehu, next day, 2 days, you can go to Pandharpur. So thank you very much. You're so kind and so generous and so humble. Even though it is Monday and Tuesday, you came and attended. I'm so happy. I'm sorry I couldn't give weekends. Last time I came on weekend. I came on Sunday. So I'm servant of everybody, so I cannot satisfy everybody. So I have to accept whatever comes. So till Monday and Tuesday you all came, and whoever didn't come, probably they heard it online. And some people heard it recorded, I think, YouTube. So they say they heard it in YouTube. So anyhow, it is reached wherever, whoever wanted. So thank you. You are such humble, wonderful devotees.
Prabhu, quick summary and thank you note by Abhay Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Today I was looking up where Prabhupada mentioned about Tukaram.
Yes.
And the point came that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was...
is to Pandharpur, yes.
Can you tell a little of that, about that initiation, like how he met Mahaprabhu?
I told you in the beginning, he didn't meet Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu gave initiation in dream, correct? It is something like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came to Kheturi, if you know the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, when he came to Kheturi, he said he went into Prema in one river, Padma river. And the river started, producing ecstasy. And he says, soon in this village, one Purushottam Narottam will be born. His name will be Narottam. It was predicted. His name was also there. Something like that happened with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So he's initiated in that way. Correct? So that's why I said there is a historical, physical difference of 78 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared much earlier, in 1586 something, and 1608 is, much later. Okay. Hare Krishna. Last time I told about Pandharpur only, as far as I remember. Is that correct? How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Pandharpur and how Vittala came to Pandharpur. So you can ask these people. Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for back to back, like 2 days here, like this ecstatic thing, Yeah. It was like I wish we could have just keep hearing the katha about devotees like Sant Tukarama. It's so amazing, just by listening the pastimes. The pastime, I mean, just really got tears in my eyes, like somebody beats you like that, you get so hurt, but still, the devotee is so humble, and then he's worrying about, well, why, the person who hit him doesn't come in. So, I wish and I pray that, all of us could at least get a speck of the devotion Tukaram Maharaj has for Lord Krishna. And thank you again, Prabhu. I mean, even though I might have read the book, but you kind of touched on all the different things. And what I liked is you also tied that to, the philosophy, the things that we are reading in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and, try to bring, those points, highlight those points. And I think that is what is important for us. I mean, we are staying so far away from, these places. But, the way you described Pali is going to stay fresh in our hearts for years to come. And I really like your idea about, having a picnic, we could all go and visit all these places.
Please come.
I pray that day comes. So thank you so much again for visiting the center and giving us your valuable association. Please do come and visit us. We'll be looking forward to spend more time with you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare.
Thank you all. Jai. Hare Krishna.